Now let us start with this Facebook photo. You say the photo that you identified there, it's a Facebook photo in something that is shared on a Facebook, not so?
That's correct, yes.
Ngishilo ukuthi lesi sithombe lesi isithombe esasiku Facebook.
Now, 100, it is possible, or will it be possible that 100 Facebook users would have similar photos in their cell phones?
I don't know why, but it can be. I can save it if I want to.
Yes.
Ngeke kungenzeka yini ke ukuthi ke abaningi nje abantu abaku Facebook ke bangaba naso lesi sithombe lesi angazi ke kodwa ke uma kuukuthi ngiyafisa noma ngiyafuta yebo ngasave.
Thank you. Now, with regard to that Facebook photo, that is all that I wanted to know, because you said accused number 2 had this photo in his Facebook, and accused number 3 had this photo in his, accused number 2 had this photo in his cell phone, and accused number 3 also had this cell phone, the photo in his cell phone as per the downloads of Mr. Stein.
That's correct.
Yebo ngishilo ukuthi ke umsolo wesibili ebenaso lesi sithombe umakhala ekhukhwini wakhe kanye nowesithathu nanje ngokushoko kwemininingwane ke noma ke kuma download akhe uKenneth Stein.
But that is neither here nor there, because Facebook users would normally, if somebody takes an interest in this photo and is a Facebook user, they will simply store that photo in their own phone.
But this shows nothing about the case. This is firearms.
Yes.
Yeah, but why will somebody file a photo of a firearm because he's interested in this case? What case?
Ingabe lokho ke uma ubuza ukuthi noma usho ukuthi ke nje abantu baka Facebook noma imuphi ke angayithathela nje lesi sithombe ayisaveleke kodwa lokho ke akuhlangene neqala leli kungani ke umuntu ezothatha isithombe sesibhamu ku Facebook abese eyasigcina ke uma kuukuthi ke akuna lutho okwenza mayelana neqala.
Don't argue with me. My question is, understand my question.
Yes.
Understand my question.
I'm trying, yes.
Don't try, understand it. My question is, if a person takes a particular interest in a particular photo that he found in a Facebook,
That's correct,
and
yes.
he stores it in his phone,
Yes.
that is not an offense.
No, it's not an offense.
Thank you.
Ukuthi ke umuntu athole isithombe ku Facebook abe eseyasigcina ke noma esiyasave ke ku phone yakhe ke akusona iqala lelo yebo kunjalo.
Thank you. Now, did you, in your analysis, find that there is or there was a communication in terms of the data that was handed over to you between the phone that you were told belonged to number 3 and the phone that you were told belonged to accused number 1?
Okay, just give me, I don't know the names, I don't know who's number 1 and who's number 3. So.
Number 1, I also forget his name, but what is it? Mr. Sibia. And
Right.
number 3 is Mr. Mnube.
Let's check here.
No.
Did not according to, well, I can't, did I give it in my statement?
Excuse me?
I ask you, did I give it in my statement about that?
No, I'm asking you.
But if it's not in my statement, so why must I go look for something that's not in my statement? If it's not part of my, it wasn't part of my duty to look for communication. Part of my duty was to download the phone and do analysis on the phone.
Understand my question, sir?
Lana ke ingabe ucwaningo owalenza wathola yini ukuthi ke kwakhona ukukhulumisana noma ukuxhumana kwakukhona phakathi kwakhe ummangalelo wokuqala kanye nowesithathu kwangasiwona umsebenzi wami ukuthi ngibheke kwakunokuxhumana yini okwami kwakuthi nje ubhekeke noma ngicwaningeke ininingwane ekhona kumakhalekhukhwini?
Yes. In terms of that information that you had to analyze, did you find that there was ever a communication between accused number 3 and accused number 1? Yes or no?
I didn't do analysis on the cell phones, on the communications, sir. I've done analysis on the phone. So I didn't pick, if it's not in my statement, I didn't pick up anything.
Thank you.
Angizange ngilwenze ucwaningo kwamakhalekhukhwini noma ke amakhalekhukhwini uqobo ke okwami kwakuwuthi nje ngibheke hayi futhi nokuthi ngibheke ukuthi kwakhona yini ukuxhumana kodwa kwakuwukuthi ngibheke nje umakhalekhukhwini uma kuwukuthi akukho la kwistatement esami ngisenzile kusho ukuthi ke akukho engakuthola.
Thank you. Do I then understand you to mean that with the information that you had at your disposal that you had to analyze, you could not find a linkage between accused number 3 and accused number 1?
According to the download of Colonel Stein,
Yes.
as I said, that download it was given to me in good faith because he was still in the police. So he did all the downloads. The numbers I've put on there, then there will be a paragraph, accused number, number 3, and the name is, let me just get here, let's go to paragraph 5.2.1. There's the linkages that I got from the database. Not from the cell phone analysis, from the database of a Colonel Stein. And he's looking for accused number. And accused number. Just give me the names again. Your accused is? You're representing?
The gentleman that I'm representing is Mr. Mnube.
Mr. Ngube.
Yes.
Didn't find any linkages.
Thank you.
Akukho ke engakuthola ke okuhlanganisaka noma ukuthi kwakunokuxhumana kwakukhona phakathi kwakhe ke ommele uaccused number 3 kanye nowokuqala.
The same question I'm going to ask in relation to accused number 2, Mr. Ntanzi. Did you find any linkages, to use your weight, between
didn't.
accused number 3 and accused number 2?
Okay. Let me explain again.
Did you find any
Can I explain
linkages?
first? Can I explain first?
No, I don't want you to explain.
No,
my
you can't say
my
that.
question
No,
is, did
Mr.
you
Mnisi.
find any linkages?
Mr.
You have said you
Mnisi.
did not find a linkage between accused number 3 and accused number 1. Now I'm saying, the question goes to accused number 2. Did you find any linkage between accused number 3 and accused number 2?
I
You
didn't
don't
do
have
it.
to explain
I
anything there.
didn't do it. I didn't do it section 205.
Ukuthi ke athola ukuthi kwakhona yini ke ukuxhumana okwakukhona phakathi kwa-accused number 3 no number 2. Mina ke akusimina owenza ke usection 205 noma lokhu kwenza isicelo sokuthi ke ikhona imininingwane engiyifunayo kuma khalekhukhwini ubheke ukuxhumana angaze ngikwenze lokho.
In terms of the information which you had at your disposal, then the information that you received from Stein and others, which you worked on, did you find a linkage, now I'm using your weight or your term, between accused number 3 and accused number 2?
But my focus was not on accused 3. There's downloads for accused 2 and accused 5, so I didn't look for linkages for accused 3.
Ongangokwenza umsebenzi engangiwenza wawungahlangeneke nommangalelwa wesithathu ngoba ke lokhu engakuthola ke mina nomsicelo engasithola sasimayelana nommangalelwa wesibili kanye nowesihlanu manje ke angizange ngibheke mayelana nomsola wesithathu.
If his number, can I explain quickly how I've done this? Okay, so when I downloaded the phone, there was
What do you want to do?
Can I explain something to you? Can I explain my analysis? Can I explain it to you?
Yes, explain.
Okay. So we've done the analysis and we On the phone cards, we received 2 numbers. So we worked on that 2 numbers to see who was it. We identified the numbers and we put that numbers into the database.
Yes.
The number of accused 3 was not on the cell phone contact of accused 2.
Yes.
engakwenza lana ukuthi kutholakale ama-sim card amabili sase sitholakala lawo ma-sim card nobheka-ke ukuthi manje ngobani-ke abakulawo ma-sim card wayengekho-ke umsolo wesithathu kwi-sim card leyo-ke yakhe u-accuse number 2.
So I didn't look for any linkages from there. Yes. No, I didn't.
kusuka lapho-ke angizange ngibheke-ke ukuthi khona yini ukuhlangana okwakukhona.
Thank you. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but would I then be right if I were to understand what you've just said now to mean that the same situation that you said in respect of accused number 1, that you could not find a linkage between accused number 1 and accused number 3, is also applicable insofar as accused number 2 and accused number 3 is concerned, that you could not find a linkage between them.
Accused 1 and?
I'm talking about accused number 2 and accused number 3.
Okay, just give me their name, sir. I don't know. I can't say who's accused 1 and who's accused 3.
Okay, no, it's fine, sir. Let's proceed.
Yes.
Yeah. You have testified yesterday. It was just at the beginning of your testimony, as you were introducing your testimony, that, and this is what you said. Now, that was in respect of accused number 2. You said this in respect of accused number 2. That the number that was saved on the database indicated that there was a communication amongst all the accused. Is that your testimony?
That's correct, yes.
Thank you.
Ushilo-ke lokhu wathi-ke inamba leyo etholakala ukuthi yakhe kumsolo wesibili isho-ke ukuthi kwakunokuxhumana-ke phakathi kwabo bonke abasolwa uthi yebo ngishilo lokho.
And you further on said that this is the information that I received which indicated that there was a communication between all the accused.
That's
Do you
correct.
still remember saying that?
Yes.
Yabona ukuthi ngishilo-ke ukuthi-ke information engayithola-ke leyo ukuthi-ke kwakhona-ke ukuxhumana phakathi kwabo bonke abasolwa.
You just told the court that you could not find a linkage between accused number 1 and accused number 3.
This is
How
what,
could you then have told this court that in terms of your analysis, you found that there was a linkage between, a communication between all the accused?
okay. There's communication with all the other accused suspects. That's what I said, yes.
Yes. That you can't dispute because it is on record.
I understand, yes.
Yes.
Yebo-ke ngishilo-ke lokho ukuthi-ke yebo kwakunokuxhumana kwakukhona phakathi kwabo bonke abasolwa.
But now, how do you reconcile that statement with the fact that as between accused number 3 and accused number 1, you could find no linkage, in other words, no communication?
If you look at my statement,
Yes.
okay, go read my statement again, sir.
Come
Paragraph-
again, I did not get that.
paragraph 15.
Sometime, understand. Can you just,
Go to paragraph 15.1.
can you just be slow?
Yeah, I'm
Sometimes I have a hearing problem. That's the reason.
paragraph 15.2.1.
I don't mean that you should shout.
Yeah, well, I'm not shouting. You said you can't hear, sir.
I'm not saying I can't hear. I say sometimes.
Well, sometimes, okay?
Yeah.
So just tell me when I must speak
I
a little
am
bit harder,
saying,
sir.
I am saying
Yes?
sometimes when I can't hear, when your voice goes down, you understand. You just said something there that I did not hear.
Yeah, but you don't give me time to speak. You speak over me, so let me speak.
That is
and then
exactly
I-
what you're doing.
Exactly, you're doing it now again. paragraph 15.2.1. Can we go there?
Mr. House, just read it.
Yes.
Just read it.
The paragraph that I was talking about, the number of Fisikuli Ntuli, accused 5, with cell phone number 27159512239, was saved on the SIM card under index 75 as Lungusani. The number was identified by Colonel Stein and investigation team, and through section 205 it was established that the number had various communications with all the other suspects. Nowhere there stands that accused had with all the other suspects. Accused number 5.
Lana ke okufundeka ngalendlela ukuthi inamba yakhe ufisa ukuhle Ntuli u-accused 5 ene cell number ewu2771559512339 yayisave kuyona ke iSIM card ngaphansi ke kwa number u75 nanjengolungisane. Inamba leyo ke yakhonjwa ke noma ke ngayitshelwa ke uKolonel Stein kanye naye nalo ke ithimba eliphenyayo uma sebenza isicelo sabo ke esibizwa ngokuthi usection 205 kwase kutholakala ukuthi leyo number leyo yayinokuxhumana eyayinako kanye nabasolwa bathize phinde futhi ukuxhumana amahlandla amaningi kanye nabo bonke abasolwa.
Thank you. My lord, let me quickly go see accused number 3. Thank you, Mr. House. Mr. Mnisi is telling me that what we've just said now, that there could have been a contact between him and somebody known as Lungsani. He does not know who that Lungsani is.
That's according to the database archive from Colonel Stein, sir.
Thank you.
Kuloku oqeda ukusho ke manje umnumzana uMncube engimele ukuthi kungenzeka ukuthi kwangaba nokuxhumana kwabukhona phakathi kwakhe noLungisani ukuthi ke akamazi yena leyo Lungisani uthi mayiphendula ke lokho ke kungokwemininingwane engiyitholile.
Yeah, but back to my initial question.
Yes.
You said, when you gave the testimony, that there was a communication between all these accused persons. That was in respect of the number that you started with, which was the number of accused number 2, not accused number 5. You can go to the record.
No, sir. I didn't say accused 2 communicate. If you go to the records, I said accused number 5. When we identified the number, it was accused 5 that I gave testimony about, not accused 2.
Uma bengifakaza ke angifakazanga ngathi ke ummangalelo noma umsola wesibili bengikhuluma ngaye owesihlanu.
My testimony is the download of accused 2, and then the numbers was found, and then that number of index 75 of accused 5 was put in the database. That was my original testimony.
Engikufakazile noma engikushilo ke futhi ukuthi ke kuma downloads ke enziwe ke akhe ummangalelwa wesibili ke kwase kutholakala ke likhona leli elibhaliwe ke nanjengolungisane lapha yana lase lifakwa ke ku database.
You know what, sir? I don't want to sound to be misleading you or to be putting things that you did not say. I think it will only be appropriate for us to request an indulgence from the court that we go on record.
You got a copy of my statement, sir?
I'm not talking about a statement. I'm talking about you said under oath there.
That I said accused 2 had all contacts.
Eh,
For
and-
everybody. Is that what I said, sir? Is that what I said, sir? That accused 2 had the contacts of all the other accused? Or
Oh, I-
accused? Did I say accused 2 had contacts of all others?
Let me explain
Yeah.
what you said.
Okay, on what accused did I say that, sir?
Let me explain what you said, Mr. House.
100%. Listening?
You were giving testimony about the information that you got in respect of accused number 2.
That's correct, yes.
Subsequent to that, you then said that the number that was saved on the database, indicated that there was a communication amongst all the accused persons.
But then you must...
That was in respect of accused number 2.
No, sir. Then you must get your perspective right and you must listen at the right time. That was said on accused number 5 when I put it on the database. And if you read my statement, exactly where it stands there, paragraph 15.2.1, the number was identified, I'll read it again for you. The number was identified not on accused 2, accused 5, paragraph 15.2.1. Let's go there again. The number of Fasulu Ntuli accused 5 was saved on the cell phone, on the index number 75. Then my next sentence said, the number was identified by Colonel Stein, an investigation officer, and through section 25, it was established that the number, not accused 2's number, but accused 5's number, had communication with all the other suspects. I never said accused 2.
Kulokhu ongibuza kona ke angikaze ngisho mina ke ukuthi ke umsola noma ummangalelo wesibili lo la ekwatholakala khona ukuthi wayenokuxhumana kanye nabo bonke abanye abasola. Uma uyifunda ke naya ibhaliwe lapha ku 15.2.1 ukuthi inamba kaFiso kuhle Ntuli u-accused 5 ene-cell number ewu-2771595129 isave ke manje kwi-phone noma kwi-sim card ye-phone yakhe umsolo wesibili nanjengolungisani ngaphansi konumber 75. Isiyaqhubeka-ke ithi inumber leyo yakhonjwa-ke noma identifywa kimina-ke uKennel Stein nethimba eliphenyayo. Uma sekwenziwa-ke uphenyo ngaphansi kwakhe usection 205 kwatholakala ukuthi leyo number leyo yaxhumana amahlandla kanye nabo bonke abanye abasolwa. Yiloko engikushilo hayi ukuthi ngithe umsolo wesibili kodwa wesihlanu.
My Lord, I'm going to request indulgence that we go and listen at the record.
How is it going to help us, sir? Because you maintain...
It's going
No,
to
no, just
assist
wait.
the impasse that is between me and this witness,
No,
because
no,
I keep on
just-
saying that this is
You're
what
not
he says. He
listening.
keeps on
Just
saying
learn
that this
to
is what he
listen,
says.
Please, just learn to listen. You have put an assertion to him, right?
Yes.
And this witness, you're not going to change what you said now,
No.
right? So what we should do...
I'm not so sure, my Lord, after having listened to a record whether he's going to change what he said.
No, he
now or
says he's not going to change it.
That's
what
what
he
the court
says.
is saying.
No, fine. So you want us to play the record now
I don't want, I've
do
said
you
I'm
want?
requesting an indulgence
of doing what?
of having regard to the record, my Lord.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Can you find us? Is it at the beginning of your?
That was at the inception of his testimony. That is yesterday, not on Tuesday.
Was it yesterday?
On Tuesday, yes, yesterday.
Can you find that piece of evidence? I know that.
So he said exactly what stands in this paragraph.
Let's have regard to the record. Otherwise, the state has got an interest in this matter, basically on what this witness is saying.
You can sit down, Mr. Host.
Thank you, my lord.
Are you a sports person? What, rugby? That's a loose forward.
I did play rugby.
What position?
Hooker.
Hooker, okay. You're built like a loose forward, like Fred Dupree.
I'm a little bit too round for that.
Okay. You got it, sir? Very good.
So wants to see me, my lord.
Wants to?
He wants me to approach him.
Yeah, you can approach him.
Thank you.
Sorry, when Mr. House made that statement, he was not yet under cross-examination. Is that not so? Hello, Mr. Mnisi. Mr. Mnisi, when Mr. House made that statement, he was not yet cross-examined by Mr. Ngomezu.
That was in evidence in chief, my lord.
Hello?
It was in evidence in chief.
Yeah, right. So the easiest thing is just go to yesterday and start the record from yesterday and then turn it loud. Oh my God. So simple. Yeah. After he said, "So help me God," after being sworn, then turn it on until the end of the day. Why, Mr. Ramos, you get surprised? I thought it's logic. Instead of looking for snippets. Oh, what do you think, Mr. Ngomezulu? When I say we must start, because it was before your cross-examination.
It must start from the beginning.
That's it.
Yeah.
So this microphone can't broadcast the evidence. You're listening to it. Yes. No, I want it to be loud. You want to hear it alone? No. We all want to hear it. You can't get it higher. No. Yeah. Mr. Balui, how do you increase the volume of that machine?
Well, normally it should be audible.
Yes.
So far we have listened to recordings previously and the volume was audible.
We've done that in the past, haven't we?
Yes.
Unless?
Unless I can check
Yeah, we want to hear. You can't get a higher sound than that. Hello?
No, but I can also go to the court manager
And then?
and try and get something. But it can only be tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Where you can amplify the sound.
Yeah.
Okay, when title again.
Chief Administrator.
The chief administrator. Okay, fine, that's okay. The chief administrator says the sound cannot be amplified from these gadgets, but there is a gadget which they can get tomorrow, which will amplify the sounds. Okay, as a result of that, I think we can't just sit like this. I think the best way to go about it, if that gadget comes, are you available tomorrow, sir? Okay, fine. If
Yes,
it
my
comes tomorrow, we'll play it. If it doesn't, the most practical way to go about it is that Mr. House insists that he never said accused number 2. Mr. House insists that he read this paragraph as it is. So paragraph 15 is this. 15? Sorry?
Let me just get a paragraph, sir.
15.2.1.
Paragraph 15.2.1. That's correct, my lord.
Yeah. And you are saying you are not deviating from this.
That's correct, my lord.
Right, let's read it again. Mr. House in 15.21 says the number of fee Sokuhle Ntuli, accused number 5 in brackets with cell number 27715951239 was saved on SIM card under index number 75 as Lungisani. Number was identified by information received from crime intelligence.
My lord, there
Yeah.
was an amendment.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the amendment.
The amendment, sorry. So, yeah, so this is the amendment. So number was identified by Colonel Stein, an investigating team. Through section 205, it was established that number had various communications with all of the other suspects according to the database received from Colonel Stein, Annexure 6, is that it?
That's correct.
Right, let's continue. And you are saying, he said it is accused number 2, not number 5, who communicated with other guys. It's his phone.
Let me put it the way in which,
Hello?
I'm saying let me put it the way in which it happened, my lord.
I don't hear you, sir.
I am saying, let me put it the way in which it happened. Basically what happened is at the inception of his testimony, whilst he was busy with the information relating to accused number 2.
It won't help us because he says he denies the assertion you put to him. It won't help us. So let's get the gadget tomorrow. If we
Yes.
don't get the gadget tomorrow, then the best possible way also is to type this.
Yes,
Yeah, fine.
thank
Because
you.
you're talking at cross purposes. He says Jesus Christ. You're saying Nebuchadnezzar.
Would that mean, my lord, that I should put then my cross-examination
No,
in
no, you can
abeyance?
go to other parts of the cross-examination. Or you can cross-examination on the basis that you say this is what he said. Are you with me?
It's going to be very
No, it
difficult
can't
for
be
me
difficult.
to do
Look,
that, my lord.
He says number 5.
Yes.
You say number 2.
Yes.
So go on with your version that it was number 2, not number 5. And then we can reconcile the versions thereafter when we have the record printed. Okay.
Mr. Well, I'm going to try, but in all fairness, my lord, I would have loved if the information that is on record is there, so that I confront him with it. Now I'm cross-examination. I'm supposed to cross-examine him on the basis of suppositions. I'm unable to do that.
You're not cross-examination on the basis of supposition. You cross-examine on the basis of what you say he testified to. Mr. Balo, is it that difficult? I mean, if you say Rachamo Koteng had a green beret on, and then you say Mr. Ramusipidi says, no, Mr. Mokoteng had a blue beret on. If you are satisfied that it was a blue beret, then you cross-examine on the basis that it is a blue beret. That's basically it. It has happened, this thing. I've been through some of these things.
Or the aspect can be left altogether.
No, he doesn't want to leave it. He says
that
he wants to put it to him. Doesn't want to cross-examine on suppositions.
Yes.
That's why I was saying this witness says he's not going to change from what he's saying. And it's written down. Okay, let's continue.
Thank you, my lord. Mr. House, the basis for the question that is causing this whole impasse, it's from paragraph 6 of your statement. Now, in paragraph 6 of your statement, you're speaking about accused number 2, Bongani Ntanzi.
That's correct.
And you went on to analyze his evidence. I mean, the information that you got with regard to his downloads and stuff like that. That was way before you went to deal. You went to deal with the information that you received as it related to accused number 5. It was within the context of accused number 2 that you. It was within the context of the information that you received in respect of accused number 2 that you said that there was, that the number which was saved on the database indicated that there was a communication amongst all the accused. You based that, or you said that in relation to the information that you received as it related to accused number 2 and not accused number 5.
If you can look at my Annex 6, that is in connection with paragraph 5.2.1, 15.2.1 of page 11.
Annex 6, wait.
Annex 6.
Yeah, I've got it.
If I would have said that accused 2 had communication with all the other suspects, then I would have accused 2's number in the middle where I was talking about accused 5 and all the others with communication. If I, like you said, I would have done. But I was talking about accused 5, the number that was found on accused 2's phone, that number was put in a database, and that number had communication with all the other suspects. I never ever said that the number of accused number 2, one of the numbers, had communication with any other suspect.
Lana uma sibheka lana okay akubonakali ke la inamba la emaphakathi nendawo inamba ke ekhomba ke ilena athi ibhale office okuhlintuli it's just what's this
Sorry.
sorry ngifuna nibone
Give me a lot, let's just
uma bekuwukuthi ke bengikhuluma ngenamba kamangalela wesibili nanjengoba ummeli ashori lapho phakathi nendawo bekuzoba iyona inamba kanamba 2 elapha kodwa ke manje inamba elapha yana
Sorry, Kancane. Just bring it down a bit so that somebody can see that the number at the top. Then you can bring it, yeah, so that, yeah, that's how you do it.
Uma ke bengikhuluma ngenamba kanamba
Yes.
2 ngabe iyona elapha maphakathi nendawo kodwa inamba emaphakathi nendawo kubhaliwe lapha ukuthi fiso uSentuli okuhambisana ke naloko athi ke kubhaliwe la ukuthi iyona inamba kakazasho noma angaze ngisho ukuthi accused number 2 ekwakuyena owayekhulumisana noma exhumana nabanye.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. House, I'm going to put it to you that you are changing your version now so that it suits the information that you want this court to hear. In essence, in your evidence in chief, you never said that.
My Lord, I can't change my version because I read it exactly from the statement that was in front of everybody.
Okay.
So I read it according to my statement. I read it, so I couldn't say accused 2 if they were standing accused 5.
Angikushintshi ke ebengikukhulumile njengoba ummeli esho ke ngoba ngifuna ukuthi ke inkantolo ithatheke noma izwe lokhu mina engikushoyo ke manje kodwa ke mina ngikufundile futhi lokhu la engifunda khona ngifunde into yonke umuntu anayo ke lana ebona ukuthi ngifundani bangeke ngithi ummangalelo wesibili kodwa kube lapha kubhalwe yena ke wesihlanu.
Thank you, Mr. House. In essence, this is what Mr. Mnisi is going to say. That it is true that there could not have been a linkage between him, that's accused number 3, and accused number 1, because he never knew them. I mean, he never knew him. He only started to know him when they appeared at Boxback in respect of this case. That's when he started to know him.
That's 100%. I can't dispute it.
Yes.
Usho ukuthi ke unomminister Ncube ukuthi bengeke ke axhumane naye ke umangalelo wokuqala ngoba ke ubekade engamazi uqale ukuthi ke amazi ke uma sebe vela ke enkantolo eBoxback bevela leqala uthi ke nami ke angaze ngisho ke lokho.
Further on, he also says that it is also not strange that there could have been no linkage as per your analysis between him and accused number 2 because he never knew him. He started to know him on the day on which they appeared at Boxback in respect of this case. Never called him, he just did not know him.
Well, I didn't testify about a communication request between 3 and 2, so I can't say if there was any linkages.
Angifakazanga ke ngokuthi kwakhona ukuhlangana noma ukuxhumana ke phakathi komsolo wesithathu kanye nowesibili.
In respect of accused Mr. Mapisa and Mr. Ntuli, that's accused number 4 and 5, he says he knew them from a long time ago. They were communicating.
That's good.
Kuhleke lokho uma uthi ethi ke number 4 and number 5 bebazi ke kade bakhuluma ulungileke.
Thank you. Now you are saying you're not in a position to testify about the times, the dates, the spots where the calls might have been made or received, etc. That is not within your domain.
No.
Thank you. I'm saying he said he's unable to testify about the date on which calls were made, the times, and yes.
Yebo ke ngiyavumelana ke nawe bangishilo ukuthi ke inkathi amalanga ukuthi ama calls enziwa nini imilayezo yathunyelwa nini ngishilo ukuthi lokho angeke ngifakaze ngakho.
Thank you, Mr. House. I am going to request to pause for now, pending the record. Then we'll take it from there. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, my Lord.
Thanks, Mr. Numalu.
My Lord, firstly,